Today's episode, we're going to be covering how the Dolphins can't seem to stay still during the nap period of the NFL, and a little bit of Browns news along with some of my own experiences, but not until after. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Tackle Talk Network. This is episode 22, and let's hop right on into things. First order of business, we have the Miami Dolphins making a couple of accusations. My phone is still going off because of how many trades they've actually made in the last 24 hours. Miami Dolphins kicked things off yesterday morning where I made this.
Jalen Ramsey is now getting traded to none other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if you really think that this is going to be a good trade, think again, because Minkah Fitzpatrick is also in this trade. It's a straight-up player swap. That does not normally happen. Come here. So with that being said, you're too close. You're still too close. With that being said, it's kind of a difficult thing because they also made a second trade. They made a second trade. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Dolphins just made a second trade. They're also trading Jonnu Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a late-round draft pick swap. Come here. And with this being said, there has been a massive pay bump now being paid to Jalen Ramsey. So we're just going to see where that ends up. Back it up. Now, with that...
Since most of you haven't seen the clip, or if you have, congrats to you. It's still up on my YouTube channel if you want to go check out the whole thing. Now, today I was thinking I wasn't going to have to make this episode because I thought I already covered everything. Since this is the nap time in the NFL, not very much is going on. It's pretty much the month period between minicamp and training camp, and nothing else really happens during this period. However, we had a couple of accusations. As you can see on my screen now, this happened yesterday morning. The Dolphins and Steelers have finalized a blockbuster trade to send Jalen Ramsey to Pittsburgh. Now, a lot of people are wondering, okay, well, Jalen Ramsey is a Pro Bowl corner. He's won a Super Bowl. Like, he's got a lot of accolades, so they must have traded a lot for him, right? They ended up trading Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, the corner. They also ended up later on trading Jonnu Smith. Now, the whole trade details are as follows. Jalen Ramsey for Minkah Fitzpatrick, straight up. A straight-up NFL trade has not happened like that in a long time, as I explained in my clip from earlier. Then, you had Jonnu Smith and a 2027 7th-round pick get traded for a 5th-round pick in 2027 as well. Also, this is all pending physicals, as you can see on your screen here. Ian Rappaport is where I'm getting my obvious sources off of X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. And pretty soon, I will show you some more news that will be happening here on the Browns Stadium. But first, I'd like to talk to you about this trade. So I think that the Miami Dolphins have made an okay decision in bringing back Minkah Fitzpatrick, seeing that Minkah Fitzpatrick was traded, or I believe he was traded. He was either traded or was a free agent during this time period when he was drafted by the Miami Dolphins, ended up on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and is now finding himself back with his original team in Miami, Florida. Then you have the other side of the things with Jalen Ramsey now being a part of his 4th NFL franchise. Was originally drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars, then it was traded to the Rams, then the Dolphins, and now a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a crazy career, seeing that Jalen Ramsey is 30 or 31, and he will be entering his several season in the NFL. I don't really know the number at the current moment. Next on the agenda, we have the Cleveland Browns. Apparently, are moving stadiums. Thrilled to move forward on a transformative project with generational impact. I'm going to zoom in right here, and I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. We respect the firm commitment and leadership that Governor DeWine and the Ohio State and House have shown in their collaborative work to find a responsible way to support such transformative project, one that will create generational impact for our region and our state. Our fans deserve a world-class facility, and we are committed to building a state-of-the-art enclosed stadium that resonates with Cleveland, highlighting our loyal and passionate fans and that dog pound, while we also incorporating innovating bold design and an immersive experience. The new enclosed Huntington Bank Field will be completely fan-centric and a first of its kind design in the NFL, and a dynamic venue that draws visitors from across Ohio and beyond. For concerts and significant sporting events throughout the year, this premier facility will anchor the major lifestyle and entertainment development and a catalyst for one of the Northeast Ohio's largest economic development projects ever, and something our community will be proud of and can enjoy for years to come. We appreciate the support of state leaders and on their belief in the transformative project. And then they also have this picture here of what they think it's going to look like. I think this is great for the Cleveland Browns, even though they're the Cleveland Browns. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But Cleveland Browns fans, you're getting yourselves a place that looks like Home Depot. That's about the only thing I can resonate that explains it properly. Up next, we had some more NFL news break today, and like I said in the introduction, the Miami Dolphins can't seem to have enough, and they can't sit still, because just right after this happened. Surprise, the Dolphins are finalizing a trade with the Giants for former Pro Bowl tight end Darren Waller, keep in mind, who was coming out of retirement to play in Miami, per sources. A fascinating twist for Waller, who retired last summer and is a new weapon for the team that just traded Jonnu Smith. So you can obviously see on this tweet, Darren Waller retired last summer. He was a Pro Bowl tight end like 5 years ago, something like that. Darren Waller will probably be a good addition on the Miami Dolphins team if he still plays football and if his music career doesn't get in the way. I think that this is great, seeing that you just traded Jonnu Smith. I guess you don't really have to pay him, which was something that they did have to trade and pay Jalen Ramsey. They ended up having to pay him some extra money. And that's all I have for today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching the Tackle Talk Network. Please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you don't miss another episode when I am obviously in the off season. It's kind of hard to keep up with me and for me to keep up with everything that's going on, even though not a lot's going on, because this is the time where I go out and I do things. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.